When we observe our elders closely, we begin to notice that in the final stretch of their lives, often a year or so before they pass, they start to radiate certain subtle, profound signs that go far beyond physical symptoms, revealing a mysterious emotional and spiritual preparation for the great departure. And these signs, if we pay attention with an open heart, become gentle invitations for us to sit closer, to listen more deeply, and to accompany them with love and presence. The first sign is a profound detachment from material things, as if they begin to look around at their possessions, the clothes, the books, the trinkets collected over decades, and realize that they no longer define them, no longer hold the same pull or meaning. You may see them giving away favorite items, gifting jewelry to a granddaughter, passing on a beloved watch to a grandson, or simply sorting through cherished belongings with a serene acceptance, no longer clinging to what once seemed indispensable. This quiet shedding of the material symbolizes a soul beginning to lighten its load, to free itself from the anchors that tie it to this physical plane, preparing to drift towards something far beyond the walls of home. The second sign is a deepening interest in memories and stories, a sudden or increasing desire to talk about the past, to reminisce about childhood adventures, lost loves, life-changing decisions, and family milestones. You may find them recounting the same story multiple times, not because they forget they've shared it, but because in the telling, they are weaving the final threads of their life tapestry, making sense of the journey, finding patterns, meanings, and blessings hidden in every chapter. They might pull out old photo albums and invite you to sit beside them, pointing at faces and places that shape their inner world. Through this revisiting, they are reconciling with their experiences, forgiving themselves and others, and gathering all the fragments into one complete story that they can carry gently with them. The third sign is a subtle, almost imperceptible shift in their relationship with time. They seem to no longer hurry or stress about deadlines, no longer worry about tomorrow's tasks or next month's obligations. Instead, they sink more fully into each moment, savoring a warm cup of tea, listening to birds at dawn, feeling the afternoon sun on their skin, and taking pleasure in the simplest gestures of life. It is as if they have entered a timeless state, living in the present with a depth that most of us rarely achieve, embodying a kind of peaceful presence that feels both fragile and transcendent. They might watch the rain fall for hours or sit in silence without needing to fill the space with words, teaching us through example that life's greatest treasures are not in the rush but in the stillness. This timelessness signals that they are slowly stepping out of the tight framework of earthly schedules and entering the eternal flow of the soul's journey. The fourth sign is an awakening of gratitude, an almost radiant appreciation for everything, from the smallest kindness to the largest life events. They begin to thank you more often, to smile warmly at visitors, to express love freely and without reservation. They might marvel at a flower blooming, a child's laughter, or the simple act of breathing. This gratitude shines through in their eyes, in the gentle squeeze of a hand, in a soft sigh of contentment. It is as if they have shed all pretense, all old grievances, all petty worries, and are now seeing the world through a lens of pure wonder and love. This heart-wide open gratitude can soften those around them, creating a sacred atmosphere where every shared moment feels like a blessing. Finally, the fifth sign is a quiet preparation of goodbyes, not always spoken outright, but felt in the soul. They may start to reach out to old friends, reconnecting with people from long ago, expressing forgiveness or simply sharing affection. They may ask to see distant relatives or to visit a special place one last time. In their eyes, you may notice a kind of knowing sadness mixed with serenity, a gentle farewell in each look. Their hugs become tighter and longer, their conversations slower and more intentional. They may start to leave small notes, give final pieces of advice, or share family recipes that carry their love and wisdom. This gradual farewell is not about despair, but about closure, about completing their circle so they can leave in peace. It is a deeply spiritual process, echoing an ancient instinct within us all, to wrap up the physical and emotional affairs of this world before stepping into the unknown. When we understand these signs, we realize that death is not merely an abrupt ending, but a slow, tender unraveling of the earthly self, an invitation to return home to the infinite. Witnessing these signs in our elders can be heartbreaking, yet also incredibly beautiful, for it invites us to walk beside them with more compassion, patience, and reverence. It teaches us to hold space for their reflections, to honor their stories, to accept their silences without fear, and to be fully present with them as they make the sacred transition. These signs ask us to set aside our own discomfort with mortality and to meet them where they are, in the space between worlds, in the gentle twilight of life, where each word, each breath, and each touch becomes holy. By embracing this final chapter with them, we learn the art of true companionship, one that transcends time and physical presence. We become guardians of their final dreams, keepers of their stories, and witnesses to their souls blooming. We also receive an unexpected gift, a deeper intimacy with life itself, a reminder of our own impermanence, and a call to live more fully, more honestly, and more lovingly today. When an elder shows us these signs, they are, in essence, inviting us to see the deeper currents of existence, to understand that life is not measured only by years or accomplishments, but by the quality of our presence and the depth of our connections. They teach us that in the end, what remains is not the house we built, the money we saved, or the places we traveled, but the love we shared, the kindness we offered, and the memories we left behind. They show us that each goodbye is also an opening, a gentle passage to a love that is no longer bound by bodies or time. And so, if you are blessed to witness these signs in someone you love, consider a sacred honor. Sit with them, hold their hand. Listen without needing to fix or change anything. Allow their stories to wash over you like a soft rain, and return their love with your own steady, patient heart. Remember that even as they begin to prepare to leave, they are also offering you a final, profound gift, a living lesson on how to embrace the mystery, how to let go with grace, and how to love within openness that knows no end. In this way, their final year is not only an ending, but also a luminous, gentle culmination of their entire life's journey.